If you look around you today, if you look at mankind, we can agree that there are both the righteous and the wicked. And it is in these days when we have to become more consciously aware of what is going on around us. Now that doesn't mean that you go and tune into more news. What it means is that you recognize and accept that in your own world, yes, things are changing. Not just with the planet, but with people. We are all going to reach a point where many things are going to be revealed to us, and that is one of the reasons why. It's a good example of how what people thought what they knew may be incorrect or inaccurate. Well, you see, context is very important with any of these ancient texts. You need to have a good read-through of the entire material, not to mention the duplicate texts found around the world. For example, think about what is common knowledge concerning Adam and Eve. Let me tell you folks, a lot went on in that garden. There's a lot more context to the story, and you only realize that when you look into these other texts. Nowhere in the Bible does it say, read only the Bible and that's it. Some people say that. Oh, there's a lot to discuss. So let's get into the book of Enoch and talk about what you need to know. The words of the blessing of Enoch, wherewith he blessed the elect and the righteous, who will be living in the day of tribulation, when all the wicked and godless are to be removed. So we're going to talk about the fallen angels a bit here, because this is an important issue that I have addressed several times, and I really want this to sink in. A lot of confusion about these things comes from the fact that these beings go by different identities. Very hard to track. And that is where we look at these ancient texts and recognize who is who in the context given. Now, one of the things we have to keep in mind is that there is the Bible, and then there is Christian mythology. Because the book of Enoch is not commonly considered canon in many parts of the world, it is considered Christian mythology, and within that mythology, we have some names of angels who fell. See, without this context that was intended to go along with the text of the Bible, there's difficulty understanding who's who. For example, who was the angel that led the other angels to go to earth and take the daughters of men? It wasn't Satan the devil. Shemyaza, good guess, close but not quite. It was Jaquan, and Asbiel, and Gadriel. You know what? I'm telling you, these names are tricky. They appear, disappear, you don't know who's doing what. No joke. Go do some research on gods and fallen angels, and I mean some deep research. You will see names you never heard of. Depending on the translation, it is very difficult to keep up. And understand, this is a bit different from the angel commonly known as Lucifer and his rebellion. Lucifer challenged God in that he could get men to worship him instead. What these angels did was an act of lust and sabotage as well. They just said, freak it,